That's all I got.
Okay, yeah. I know what I'm going to say.
No, Public Works.
Is that the only thing going?
That's my understanding, yeah.
Yeah, it's just Public Works. I can't remember.
We might postpone for a minute.
Said not to.
Much better It's 3:30. I'd like to call the Public Works meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Collins?
Here.
Mr. Cross?
Here.
Mr. Derzinski?
Here.
Mr. Engel is excused. Mr. Fisher?
Here.
Mr. Jager?
Here.
Mr. Plummer?
Here.
Mr. Snyder?
Here.
Ms. Wilkins? Here. Quorum is present.
Thank you. Next item, approval of agenda.
Move approval. Support.
Motion's been made to approve the agenda. Any corrections or additions? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes.
So move, Mr. Chair. Second.
It's been made to approve the minutes. Corrections or additions? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of accounts payable.
So moved.
Second.
It's been made and second. Any questions on it? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed say no. Motion carries. Oh, you need a roll call on that one? I'm sorry, then we'll have to have a roll call with you. Roll
Mr.
call.
Derzinski?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jager?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. I'm not used to this. Next item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to make a public comment? Please step forward and state your name, please. Public comment? Moving on, Karen, to the items for consideration, please.
Number 1 is loan from solid waste grant for Patterson Park.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any questions on the motion? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jager? Yes. Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Derzinski?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 2 is loan from solid waste grant for minor plant.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any questions on the motion being supported? Is there any questions on this motion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jager?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Derzinski?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 3 is loan from solid waste grant for Pioneer Park.
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions on this motion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jager?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Derzinski?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 4 is authorization to solicit bids for portable wind screens.
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Commissioner Jager.
Do we use prisoners for this at all?
John Warner, Public Works Department. Interesting you should ask that. We have been using a company for the last several years that supplies us with manpower to pick up the trash. We started using that company because we were having trouble getting work release, prisoners, that type of thing. When we started having trouble with this company, they've been having a hard time getting employees, so they're not be able to supply us with people. So we've been trying to use the getting prisoners out again. We're having trouble with that again, getting people who want to come out and work. We're going to continue trying to use that program to get people out there. If we can't continue to get good people, we'll have to look at another method. But the windscreens are one piece of the solution also. If we can stop the stuff from blowing, then picking it up isn't quite the problem that it ordinarily would be. And that's what these are. These are portable wind screens that we can drag around with a loader, so as your wind changes, you drag the screens around to somewhere else to stop the waste from burning quite so much. It'll be all that less that we have to have anybody pick up.
Any other questions on the motion?
Yes,
Commissioner
yes,
Williams?
the question about the persons that pick up, if, you know, when you don't have the screen, you have workers out there doing it, you'll still have those, right?
Yes, because even with the screens, it's not gonna capture everything. So yes, we'll still have to have somebody out there picking up paper. It'll just be all that much less that will have to be picked up.
And do you have problems getting those workers? It sounded like when I read it that you have difficulty getting them.
Sometimes we have problems getting the workers. Other times we get workers out there who don't wanna work and don't really do anything for us.
How do you advertise for it?
No, we get them through the jail system.
Oh, I see.
We have been working with a company that supplies us with a worker, but now they're having trouble getting employees that want to work for them. Because picking up trash is not the most glorious job in the world.
But it's a job.
It's a job, that is true. But if they can't get employees, they can't supply us with employees. We are trying to talk to Manpower and every other place out there that we can to try and get manpower or, employees or somebody out there to help pick up trash.
Thank you.
If anybody has any suggestions on places that we can look for people, we're more than willing to listen.
I'll get that to you.
Thank you.
Well, that's what I was kind of wondering too, like the judges a lot of times want you, they order them to do public service so they ain't in jail. So have we ever talked to the judges about ordering them to do it?
That is I have not, but that is a thought that I did have, is asking the judges if they could help us out some way.
Yeah, well, as to being in jail,
Yeah,
being out there, maybe,
I would think it would be more attractive to be out there than in jail.
yeah, thank you.
Commissioner Snyder?
The judges are very aware of the program. This is a program that's actually operated through community corrections with the input of the advisory board, the sheriff, the prosecuting attorney, and also all of the judges are very aware of the program. The difficulty comes in finding people who will qualify in order to be able to get out there, and it's not as easy as it sounds because it requires someone to manage them as well. So the judges are very aware of the program and are very knowledgeable, and in fact there are occasions when there are some that are on what's called the Pay It Back program, and they are home release and they go out and do actually work. But it's not an easy program to staff. The Department of Corrections actually provides supplemental funding through the Community Corrections Advisory Board through a contract with the county and operated through the Community Corrections Advisory Board to provide prisoner labor. And they get, probably going to get this wrong, but they get 1 day for every 3 days' work. They get just a sentence reduction.
Yeah, that sounds like what we've been told.
John, when you hire the workers from maybe off the street, what is the pay rate?
Well, the company that we were using, we were paying them $12.50 an hour. I don't know what the workers were being paid. We were paying the company $12.50 an hour. We don't actually hire people off the street because we'd have to create a position to do that, and we don't have a position for that. So like I say, we try and use the prisoners. We'd be looking for some agency or something, a staffing agency, that type of thing. And I don't know what they'd be charging.
Thank you. I'd just like to get that with you, Tom.
Okay, yeah.
Any other questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jaeger?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Darzinski?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Motion carried. Contract change order number 1, leachate pump station.
So,
Second.
motion been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Mr. Jager.
Was this a total overrun of the project then? Or,
Total overrun of the project, yes. This is the only extra cost there's been on the project.
and I would say, did we change things to do this, or did they,
No,
they
this-
didn't bid high enough, or?
No, this is a balancing change order. What it was, when you get out in the field and you find, oh, geez, the plans showed 10 feet of pipe, we actually needed 12 to do this type of thing, that type of, some of this was extra soil. We make an estimate of what we think the soil move is gonna be. If, okay, they measure it when they really do it, it's a little more, a little less, that type of thing. This just balances out the actual quantities that were used in the field on the bid line items to what was bid.
So not the company's fault, our fault?
No,
more like-
it's really
Okay.
nobody's fault, it's just the field conditions differed slightly from
Sure.
what the plans were.
Okay.
Any other questions on the motion? Seeing none, roll call please.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jager?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Berezinski?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 6 is free dump day.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes, what is the process on this? I noticed some have 2 days, and then there are some that have 1, and do they have to call in and request the free dump days, or what's the process?
Okay, what the process is when the board approves this, then we notify all the municipalities that the program has been approved for the year, and they have to call up and sign up for their day. When a municipality is given 2 days, what that normally is like a Saturday and a Monday, because Saturday is their official day. But because we close at 2:30 in the afternoon, and typically they'll run these programs longer than that during the day, they have to bring in the remaining tubs on Monday, because that's our next open business day.
Well, I noticed several had 2 days, and then Muskegon Heights had 1. Is this the schedule from last year?
Yes, this is last year's schedule. We put this in here as an example to show the participation level and what it was used last year, so that you get an idea that, yes, this program is well used and well liked by the communities.
I also noticed that they were mostly all through the week and not on that Saturday, I think. Looks like
I,
Monday or Wednesday or Thursday.
I can't tell you from this what days of the week they were, but most of them, to the best of my knowledge, were a Saturday and a Monday if they had 2 days.
Any other questions on the motion? Seeing none, roll call please.
Mr. Jager?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Berezinski?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 7 is award bid alfalfa sale.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Commissioner Jager.
I would make sure the local bidders are getting it, because I know last time Slater's and some of them bid, are we sure we're getting it out to enough farmers, I guess?
Hello, Mark Eisenberg, Director of Wastewater. Yes, these are our neighbors actually right to the east of us as far as where their property and our property is. Dindolk actually represents 2 or 3 other farmers as well. So he can haul it, he has the equipment to do that, so he actually speaks for more than just himself.
So more farms could be getting this. Oh, okay, great.
Any other questions on the motion? Seeing none, roll call please.
Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Berezinski?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jager?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 8 is award bids agricultural chemicals.
So moved.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, roll call please.
Mr. Berezinski?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Plummer?
Yes.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jager? Agricultural chemicals.
Yes.
And Mr. Snyder?
Yes.
Motion carried. Number 9 is permission to bid replacement of heating system in fleet maintenance building.
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made and second. Questions on the motion?
This covers installation besides, so it'll do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? I don't think we need a roll call on this. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries.
Number 10 is permission to bid uniforms and floor mats.
So moved.
Second.
Made and seconded. Questions on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries.
And number 11 is the information items.
Accept and place on file. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Please, information items on file. Any questions? Commissioner Jagger.
I have a couple, but I better reread it to make sure I got it. On page 31, are the methane flow meters that we have now accurate then, or are, because it said we're gonna put new ones in, second paragraph down?
Yeah. What we have right now is 3 different types of methane meters. We have one at our methane compressor station, and then there's one at Sun Chemical and one at Eagle Alloy, and they don't always agree. So what we're looking for is to get one standard meter, the same meter at all 3 locations, so that they agree on what the flows are, so that they're all measuring the same thing.
Do we think we've been overcharging or undercharging anybody, or do we?
Nobody's really complaining about it, but it bothers us that they don't read the same.
And then, page 36, since we repicked that line, is that back gas coming back up now?
We're seeing a little increase, but we still think we have a problem in that line. We only picked the first mile of it to begin with, and we did get 675 gallons of water out of that first mile. We thought we had the problem, but I think there may still be a problem out there, so now we're looking farther to see, can we narrow down where the next place we need to go is.
Okay, I guess that's what I was wondering, is if we had gotten it fixed or?
We got some of it fixed.
Okay, but we haven't got it fixed?
We have not got it completely fixed
Okay,
yet.
okay. I think that's just my question.
Is there any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Next item is old business. Is there any old business? Commissioner Snyder.
Where are we on the contract with the wind developer?
That will be the subject of legal opinion.
Okay, all right.
Is there any other old business? Seeing none, is there any new business? Commissioner Jagger.
Seeing how I'm not taking the iPad, and I don't know, but if we've already bought it, I would ask this board to give it to our fellow board member, Mr. Fisher, because he doesn't have one. He's a full-time employee, and I just think that he needs it every day out on all the jobs. So I would think for this board to give it to him would be a step forward for him and his board. Thank you. I don't know whether I gotta make a motion to do that, or we can even do it.
That can come in front of the Public Works Board, though.
Well,
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the offer. We've already got one through purchasing that's coming in that was bought on the Grant Commissioner's budget, so I should have one by the next week. But I appreciate the offer, so
okay.
thank you.
Any other new business? Seeing none, time for public comment on a new topic. Wait a minute.
Move we adjourn. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'll withdraw my motion. I'll move, we move to closed session for legal opinion.
Closed session. Roll call.
Ms. Wilkins?
Yes.
Mr. Cross?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Jaeger?
Yes.
Mr. Snyder?